farm sitting over there. There's a campsite just down here on the left hand side. There's also a fishing lake there as well. I've managed to Bluetooth my phone. I've actually managed to Bluetooth my phone straight to my headset, and I can hear all the directions in my crash helmet from Google offline maps, which I use. It's just a little ride to West Harding, and I might program in a new destination in a minute. That's lots of sunshine. Dry road. I had a new subscriber yesterday. Thank you very much for subscribing and watching my videos, sir. It's just nice to go for a little cruise on, especially on these little country lanes here. You know, this is absolutely perfect for her. I mean, look at this. I'm going to stop here so you can see this, so you guys can see that church steeple there. Have a look at that, guys. That's lovely. I wonder if it's open. Well, you can go in there. That's a nice little church there. Wow. What's this? This little house, look. Look at that. Must be the vicarage. I reckon it could be. Well, yesterday I think it was. And Rival Warrow, he put an absolutely brilliant video out of all the motorcycles that he's owned, including all the Royal Enfields he's had for 10 years. So go and have a look at his channel as well. And you also have the All Year Motorcyclist. He's put out some good videos lately as well. He put one out on the Scram versus the Himalayan. I watched that earlier. That's an interesting video. Seeing as it's basically the same bike, just in different clothing. Let's close that visor down. Farm there. Riding through some country lanes, just to show you guys what it's really like in Norfolk along the country lanes. There's some absolutely beautiful countryside out here. Just look at it, look how gorgeous that is. Bella is behaving herself really beautifully. I say this little place has got some character. We'll stay at them places. But we see a nice church along the way, didn't we? Bit of farmland and that. Some beautiful views across the fields. Oh, there's a gateway to take a photograph of Bella there. And another one. And another one. 3 of them, all in a row. It's just so stable, people. Through the corners, you can just flip it around, it's lovely. Right, I have a little bit of a natter now about my childhood. I was 8 years old and my dad said to me there's a BSA Bantam 175 out in the garage, and he says to me it needs a little bit of work and I'll help you do it. So we pulled the cylinder head off of it, we cleaned the piston and made sure that the rings were all good and there was no scoring in the barrel and everything else. He helped me check it and everything, and he said to me, if you can get this motorcycle started, I'll have a word with the farmer up the top of the road and you can ride it in the top field up there. You'll have to push it from the house, but anyway, he says to me, if you can get it started up, you can ride it in the top field. Now, this is the very first motorcycle I was ever on. It was a D14 BSA Bantam 175, and I was allowed 8 years old to ride the bike in the top field as long as I could get it started. It took me 4 kicks and it started up. My dad was absolutely flabbergasted. Here's where we have the bike meeting. There's nobody there. Well, there's one there today, but that's normally where they have the Till Tuesday. Anyway, back to the story. So I've got the bike started, yeah, and he's going to have a word with the farmer, and for the next couple of years I taught myself to ride the little D14 Bantam, the light blue one it was. It was absolutely gorgeous to ride. It was fun, really so much fun. And about the age of 10, he sold the bike, and because he wanted to get himself a Honda CJ360. Now when I started secondary school, he put a sidecar on the bike so he could come and collect me from the school coach. So I used to get off at the school coach bus stop in the village and wait about 2 or 3 minutes, and along come my dad, put me in the sidecar there, and I've been brought up with motorcycles all of my life, ever since. And at 16 years old, I was allowed to go out and get my very first moped, yeah, and so I got myself a DT50. It was a DT50 Mark 1, the very first DT50 Mark 1, and I rode that for a year. I passed my CBT test, and I then got a little Suzuki GP100, beautiful little bike. Did about 68 miles an hour flat out, and I passed my test. Actually passed my test on that bike, and then I went from that to a GPZ 305 from Revitz in Ipswich. Ipswich, it's not there anymore. They actually closed down the shop a few years later. Well, a couple of cyclists out enjoying the weather. Got his shopping. Anyway, so I got myself the GPZ 305. I had a few problems with it. It wouldn't start very well at one point, mainly because I actually my mate, he dropped the bike for me, and then I didn't realise about batteries and how it would need like topping up. Back in them days, you had to top up your batteries with distilled water, and so I took it to a place in Thetford. They said they'd sort the bike out for me. I got on the bike, and it still didn't run right. I said to him, "You can undo exactly what you've just done. I think I know what the problem is." I'd worked out that it was the battery that was doing shit to it. So I bought a new battery from somewhere else. I replaced it myself. Yeah, and after that, the bike ran absolutely fine. Yeah, it started first time. There was no sluggishness, and I kept that for about 7 years. I rode that bike for, little GPZ. Then I traded that in, and I bought myself a GSX 550 ESD, and it was the worst bike I ever rode because because they designed the bike with a 16-inch front wheel. Every time you looked over your shoulder to like see if anything was coming behind you, you looked down a side road or something like that, you'd be going towards the other side of the road, because where your head goes, the bike follows, if that makes sense. So I had several crashes on that. One, I broke my left knee, and so I solved that. I patched the bike up, I got it ready, roadworthy for somewhere else. The guy in Brandon Motorcycles, who's now gone as well, unfortunately, he part exchanged me a GSX 400 Twin for it. And after I got the GSX 400 Twin, I kept that bike for about 25 years. I rode that motorcycle for. And now, then she finally broke. I couldn't get any parts for her. She needed new pistons and rings in it, and I couldn't get them to replace it. So I sold her. I bought myself a Suzuki RF 600, and that kept having loads and loads of fuel problems, and so I sold that. I only sold the bike for £300. I was absolutely gutted. She was a beautiful bike, just kept having loads of fuel problems. I couldn't cure it. I tried different mechanics with it, and it kept happening. And so I sold that, and then I bought Bella, and here we are today. I hope you enjoyed my little story about my motorcycling and what I've owned over the years. I've been riding now for 42 years, and we are now in a traffic jam in a red light situation. That's my little waffle over, my little waffle over anyway. I hope you will enjoy my little waffle on where I am. We're going to come up to see some dual carriageway work in a little while, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed my little ride out. So I'm going to end this video, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll just take you guys down to the dual carriageway where the roundabout is, and then the video will end. Yes. Please like and subscribe, or I'll have to come and eat you and scratch your eyes out.